This video is for the user Kevin Romir. I'm not exactly sure if I said this name right. Anyway, he writes basically he's having trouble with Linux and he wants to get it 7.10 installed on his 64-bit MacBook Pro using VMware Fusion. Now coincidentally, I just reformatted my Mac and I also need to reinstall Linux on it. So I'm going to show how I do it. It may not be the exact same as how somebody else would do it, but here goes nothing then. So, move over on my spaces, and here is VMware. By the way, I am using VMware version 1.1. It's the new update. That, as far as I know, it's the newest update. I'll post a link on the side for you if you don't have it. If you do have VMware Fusion, like you actually went out and bought it, you can update to this one for free. It just uses the same serial number. Anyway, I have my Linux disk inserted. As you can see over here, it says Ubuntu. I have 7.04 running. This is why I'm not sure if it's going to be the exact same for you when you try this, but let's give it a shot. So here's the VM application. Click New, and then it says blah blah blah. We're going to create a virtual machine. This is how you're going to do it. Click Continue. On the operating system, you're going to select Linux. The version, you're going to select Ubuntu. Now remember, I'm not an expert at Linux. I have Linux solely because sometimes I like to play around with it and I want to learn it. But learning it on, personally for me, I think learning it on a Mac is not the best way to learn it. I think you would have to go out and actually, get a PC and run it with Linux. Anyway, and I've seen versions of Linux that are way better than Ubuntu, but maybe I'm just, shooting off my mouth when I don't know. All right, aside from that, you can save it as whatever you want, save it always wherever you want. I just save it as the, well, I'll type Linux here because I'm OCD like that. And click Continue. Virtual hard disk, just how much space you want to allocate to it. I always just leave the standard. In fact, I'm going to lower that just a little bit because I don't plan to use Linux that much. Anyway, click Continue. And from here, you're going to actually you're going to start the installation. You can either do this now by clicking, clicking this. This should be already checked, but clicking this off will not install the operating system right now. You can either use a .iso image if you happen to have one, or a operating system from the installation disk, which is what I had because they sent me it. So you are going to click Finish, and you might hear my disk drive get really cranky at me. For some reason, Linux and my drive do not like each other, but it works. Anyway, so from here it's going to do the standard Ubuntu installation as far as I know. Now if there's a Linux user out there watching this and would like to correct me on anything, please feel free to. So this menu comes up and it's going to ask if you want to do a series of things. You can use your keyboard to scroll through it. I honestly don't know which most of these do. Well, I mean, I should take that back. They're pretty self-explanatory. But driver update CD, check for CD defects, memory test. The one I always pick is just start from installation on Ubuntu, hit enter. It's going to load the kernel, and I don't know if you can hear my disk drive. Well, it's not loud right now, but normally when I install Linux, it takes about anywhere between 5 to 7 minutes for the kernel to get loaded. And as far as I know right now, and feel free to correct me, anybody, right now, I believe that Linux is just loading its interface off the CD, and once you get to the interface, you can choose to install it onto your computer if you want, and that's normally what I do. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this video. On a time, Linux should hopefully load up, and you'll see an interface similar to this. If you click inside the VMware, you get your mouse in Linux. It might be a little laggy though. In order to get it out, you would press the Command key and Control, and you have Control in Mac OS X again. Now, as you can see here, we have the installation thing itself. So what I'm going to do is click inside Linux and double-click the installation. Drive. Now, I believe that right now I'm just running live off the CD. Like I said, somebody can feel free to correct me. I'm not Linux techie at all. And you're going to go through a series of installation things, so you can do, it's pretty much a standard installation from here on the operating system. So I'm just going to speed through this. Actually, I'm going to pause this video again for time's sake. Actually, you know what? No, I won't. It's just easier just doing it. Phoenix, forward, which keyboard do you have? I always pick US English Macintosh keyboard. I really don't know if that makes a difference, but I just do it anyway. When it asks for your keyboard layout, that is. I'm not sure how well you can see this video. Starting a partitioner. Guided. Yeah, I just use the on the disk space. I just use guided. Just whatever's standard, whatever's already picked. I basically use because I mean I don't need much assorted to Linux. Migrate document settings. No, don't need any of that. What's your name? Eugene. Choose a password. Well, Mac. Easy and short to remember. Forward. Your operating system will be installed using this. And from here, you just click install. And Linux is going to, well, I guess it thinks that it's on a PC. So it's going to install Linux onto your VMware. Did I click that? Yeah, I did. And basically from there, you can either eject your disk or get rid of your ISO or whatever you're using to install Linux. And you should be good to go. If you don't, if something else happens, let me know. Like I said, I don't barely know crap about Linux, so I can try to help you, anybody actually, but I'm way more suited to Mac OS X. So after this, just eject your disk, like I said, or whatever, and you should be good to go. Thanks for watching.